Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, the 17th of January, and here is my weekly update, just to keep you abreast of what's been happening last week, what we've got planned this week and how things are going, and just to stay in touch generally. So 17th of January, we have done 2 weeks. So congratulations to everybody on getting through a really positive 2 weeks. We've had some great energy in the classes. Attendance has been really good as well. Fantastic attitude from all the students, particularly from our younger ones, which has been really good. They're picking up some of the new skills and drills that we're teaching them and finding them pretty exciting as well. So well done to everybody. Sometimes in situations like this, we do need to sit down and just take stock and think, right, what is a win? What is success? And it's very easy to get bogged down with what COVID is doing and restrictions and lockdowns and the stresses of everything. And actually, do you know what? It has been successful. If you've been coming to classes, that is success. You've been keeping to your routine, that is success. If you've been training, that is success. Okay, and so sometimes never forget those little wins or even big wins. And something that just takes a sit down, have a little think and right, actually, yes, I achieved that this week, or I did that this week. It might not seem hugely exciting at the time, but actually it's a win, and we have to look at that and appreciate that. So last week, just a quick review of last week. We ran our normal timetable as we always do. As I said before, attendance has been really good. It's fantastic. People are getting there. Punctuality is really good, and that's really important actually online, because it can be very disruptive if we've got students coming in 5-6 minutes late. But actually it's been really good. So thank you, students, and thank you, parents, for organising that. With our mighty mats, with our little ones, we've been talking this week about being a superhero. And what does that mean? What does it mean to be a superhero? And what does it take to be a superhero? Do you need to be able to fly, walk through walls, be invisible and things like that? And we've been talking to the little ones about what they can do and how they can be to be a superhero. Things like being nice, being kind, being helpful, trying their best and so on. And we're going to continue that theme next week, and I'll explain a little bit more about that. But we've had some fun in classes as well. So well done to all the little superheroes. With our juniors, just something different. We were having a little game of bingo alongside obviously the normal learning that carried on. But they were playing some martial arts bingo. So they had to write down 12 words or phrases on a sheet of paper. And every time an instructor called out or said those words or phrases, they just crossed it off. And then if they finished their sheet, they shouted bingo. And we had a couple of winners. So well done to Ayush, well done to Aaron, well done to Ronan, and well done to Keely as well, who completed those and were bingo winners as well. So we've also been talking to them, and this is the theme for the month for the juniors, about goal setting. And it ties in with our black belt success cycle, which is one of our philosophies at yellow belt. And so hopefully they've maybe talked to you about their goals, what they might be. They might be small goals, they might be big goals. They might be goals they want to achieve this week or this year. Maybe older students, or maybe your parents, friends, whoever, you've been thinking about your goals. There is a goal setting sheet online. You can get that from the Facebook group or the website. And I've sent it through a couple of times on Zoom. And it's just a little sheet for them to complete out, to write in a box what their goal is. And the next stage is how they're going to achieve it, who they're going to need to help them achieve it, and so on. And we're going to continue to talk through that for the rest of this month. So do encourage them to have a look at that. Do encourage them to think about what their goals are. And as you know, those people that write down their goals, they're more likely, statistics show they're more likely to achieve those goals. So it'd be great to see some of them, whatever they might be. They don't need to be martial arts related, they might be. And if they can share those with us in class, that would be really good. We've had a Friday Q&A on Instagram. That was with Mr. Davis, some interesting questions coming out there. If you're not on Instagram, do try and follow us. The handle's at Matt Fides Kent. You can just search us there. And some of them are transferred onto Facebook every now and again as well. But we've got a different instructor this week. This week it will be Alex, one of our junior instructors from Canterbury. She's taking hold of the Matt Fides account. And so she'll be answering your questions. So make it as varied as you like. It doesn't have to be martial arts related. I think the heavily discussed topic of should pineapple be on pizzas. That was a big debating topic, and I know Mr. Davis has got his strong views on that. We had a challenge from Mr. Livermore. I think that went out yesterday, and he'll be posting another one next week as well. And also just a little bit of reflection, really. We've been putting up some of old photos of some of our junior instructors and instructors, just to show our students and everybody that, you know, even black belts and high instructors and whatever, we were all white belts once. We all had our first classes. We all, we're still beginners, really. We're still all learning. But you know, we were in the same boat. We've been through the same journey that you've been in, and it can be easy to forget that. And it's quite nice to reminisce. Perhaps you have got, parents, you've got some embarrassing photos of a before when your little one first started, and maybe a comparison to where they are now. So do feel free to share them, send them to me, and I can post those. And just to show everybody that actually, you know, we're all on a journey, and we and so the improvements and challenges that people overcome are really, really fantastic. So just a little bit of fun in the classes, just to keep people on their toes, and something slightly different but still martial arts related. Next week, similar sort of program really. We've got our normal classes, and expect those to be really, really busy as well. Some people are working really, really hard, really impressed with the focus online, and they'll be working towards a grading in March, which I discussed last week. For our Mighty Mats, we're continuing our superhero theme. Later on today, I'm going to post a worksheet, a superhero worksheet, and this is to try and encourage them to think and be like superheroes at home. What sort of little activities can they do? And it's a little tick sheet and something for you to sign, parents. So I do encourage you to print that off, have a little bit of fun with them, and see how they react and how they work with it and how they really get stuck in. And again, once it's completed, do share it with us as well. Share those successes. That would be great. So that's a Mighty Mat hero worksheet, or superhero worksheet, I should say. For our juniors, we're going to continue discussing with them about goal setting and discussing that black belt success cycle. Also online, we're going to put that up today. We're just going to put up a little word search, just something different for them to try and have a go at and have a bit of fun, so they can do that in their own time. On Friday, as I said, one of our junior instructors, Alex from Canterbury, she's going to be taking hold of the Matford Instagram account all Friday. So if you've got any questions, then do ask away. Mr. Livermore will be posting another one of his challenges. Can you do more than Mr. Livermore? And there'll be a few more old photos, some embarrassing, some not so embarrassing, going up each day over the next few days as well. As I said, if you've got any, then please do send them in, and we can share those. Thinking a little bit ahead, and even if we just think past next week, we are in towards the end of January, which is pretty exciting, isn't it? So we're getting through the time. I know maybe with a little bit of homeschooling, it might not seem like the weeks are passing that fast, but it is going pretty quick, and we're pretty busy. But the week after that, just to let you know, in our Mighty Mat classes, we will be encouraging you parents more so to be involved in the classes. We've been doing a little bit every now and again, but we will be basically running classes. It will be a parent and Mighty Mat class, so you can get stuck in. Don't worry if you're not very active with exercise or anything like that. It won't be too challenging. It's just a little bit of fun, just to engage the little ones a little bit more. And also we can use that time, if they're going through little skills and things, we can actually talk to you and say, well, actually, you know, when they're doing this technique, just make sure they're doing this, make sure they're doing that. If you've got a pad or a pillow, hold it this way. This is what you need to look for, and we can help you for a little bit of extra practice as well. Remember, with the timetable, do encourage them if they want to, you know, they can come to extra sessions. As I said, if they normally come once a week, they can come for 2 online sessions a week. If they normally train twice a week, face to face, then they can come as many times as they like. Okay, so that's the week after next. And also, we're going to be encouraging students to bring a friend. They can encourage family, friends, someone else. It doesn't have to be in the same house. We can give them the login details once they've given us you know, confirmation they'll be joining us. We won't be putting out login details for Zoom into the public. You know, people must register and let us know who's coming on board, so we know numbers and things. But feel free to invite your cousin, your brother, your friend from school, anyone like that that might want to join in. And you can see each other online. I know you might not be able to see each other face to face, but if you see each other online, that might be quite good fun as well. So that'll be a buddy week at the same time. So that's the week after next. So a busy couple of weeks, a positive couple of weeks. I know there are stresses and strains of all sorts going on with COVID. And do have a little think about your goals, what they might be, and ask yourself, well, have you set a goal? Have you achieved the goal? Do you need to reset that goal and rethink how you're going to do it? The other thing as well, I've been thinking about this week is actually with COVID, and especially being at home, if you are at home a lot, it's very easy to slip into a mindset of the fact that you've got lots and lots of time. And that's great. If we've got lots and lots of time, in theory, we should be achieving quite a lot. You know, maybe learning something new or developing the skills we've already got. It's very easy when we know we've got a lot of time and we're talking ourselves into the fact that we've got a lot of time to have that mindset of, I'll do it tomorrow. I've got lots of time. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And then what happens? It's just a vicious cycle, isn't it? Today turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into the next day and so on. And before you know it, it's been a week, and that little task that actually only takes 5 minutes has been sitting there for another week. And if that's not done, then the next one on the list isn't done. And if that's not done, and so on and so on. And it's kind of self-perpetuating. So do try and be aware of that thought of, why put it off? If it only takes 5 minutes, why not do it now? Use the time now as much as we possibly can. Imagine that COVID ends tomorrow and we've got to get back to these even busier lifestyles. Try not to put it off. And if we don't put it off, even those little things, imagine how much we can achieve. And it doesn't have to be world breaking or anything like that. It can just be a little task that's been on your list. Do it now, and then you can do something else later on. But it's just a mindset just to be wary of. So that's it from me. And I hope you're all really, really well. And I look forward to seeing everybody online as much as possible next week. Keep an eye on all the challenges and everything that's online. Any questions, do let me know. But keep up the hard work. We will get there. We stick together. We will get there. I'm sure of that. Do take care, and I'll see you soon.